Today's learning intention is learning all about surds and being able to simplify them. The National 4 essential skills are identifying factors and also square numbers. It is very important that we learn our square numbers, and here you can see our square numbers listed from 1 squared up to 15 squared. Let's consider root 36 can be simplified. The square root of 36 is 6. The square root of 144 is 12. And the cubed root of 8, what times itself 3 times gives you 8? Well, that would be 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. These roots have exact values, and they are called rational roots. However, root 2, if we put this in our calculator, will be 1.41. Cubed root of 21, 2.75 to 2 decimal places. These roots do not have exact values. They don't give us whole numbers, and therefore they're called irrational roots or surds. So a surd does not give us an exact value. Now try these examples for yourself. See if the root is or is not a surd. Please pause the video. So root 5 comes out as 2.23, which is a surd. The cubed root of 27 has an exact value of 3, which is not a surd. Cubed root of 6 is 1.817, which is a surd. Square root of 81 is 9, therefore it is not a surd. Cubed root of 64 is 4, therefore it is not a surd. And the square root of 10 is 3.16, therefore it is a surd. In maths, you can leave your answer in surd form. We often do this so that our answer is more exact, as if we don't leave it in surd form, we are therefore having to round to 1 or 2 decimal places. So a surd is good because it is a more exact answer. So let's look at an example when we're solving an equation. 2x squared plus 7 is 11. So if we move the 7 over to the other side, we get 2x squared equals 11 minus 7, or 2x squared is equal to 4. From there, I'm going to move the 2 over and divide, so x squared is equal to 4 over 2. So x squared equals 2. And then finally, the opposite of squaring something is taking the square root. So x is the square root of 2, or plus or minus root 2. This is our answer as surd form. What we also need to be able to do is simplify a surd. So when simplifying surds, square roots are rewritten as factors, one of which needs to be a square number. So when we have a surd, we split it into a square number and a normal number. It'll be best when we look at an example. So here we have root 12. Let's think about all the factors of 12. We need to pick the factor pair which has a square number in it. The square number here is 4, therefore we are going to rewrite root 12 as 3 times 4, or root 4 times 3. If we have the square root of 4 times 3, we then rewrite with 2 root signs and we put the square number first. So that's root 4 times root 3. We then work out the exact root. We can take the exact root of root 4. 4 is a square number, and the square root of 4 is 2. So our final answer here is 2 root 3. So our first third rule that we've learned here is that we have the square root of a times b. We can rewrite that as equal to the square root of a times the square root of b. A or b should be a square number when we are simplifying a surd. Next example here, if there is more than one factor which is square, we need to choose the biggest to fully simplify. So here we've got root 72. If you need to write all the factors of 72 at the side of your page, we'll then look at all the pairs of factors which have a square number within it. So 8 and 9, 9 is a square number. 4 and 18, 4 is a square number. 2 and 36, 36 is a square number. Now, as I said, we need to pick the biggest square number. So the factor pairs we're going to pick is 2 and 36. So root 72 is going to be rewritten as root 36 times 2. We can then split this up into two roots. So root 36 times root 2. We can take the square root of 36 because it is a square number, which gives us an answer of 6 root 2. Now try these examples on your own. Please pause the video. And the first one, root 20, so the biggest square number that will go into 20 is 4. So change it to root 4 times root 5. And the square root of 4 is 2. So the final answer there is 2 root 5. Looking at root 18, the biggest square number that will go into 18 is 9. So root 9 times 2. And the square root of 9 is 3. So 3 root 2 is our final answer. And root 8, the biggest square number that will go into 8 is 4. So root 4 times 2, which is 4. Root 4 times root 2, and the square root of 4 is 2. So the final answer simplified is 2 root 2. So today we've learned about simplifying surds. We know that a surd is an irrational root and there's no exact answer. We can simplify a surd by choosing a factor pair with a square number within it. And we can apply the rule root AB equals root A times root B.